Rosalina! Let's go!
Hello my fans, it's now that time you've been waiting for. Yep, I'm talking about Rosalina and Luma 2.0. From Rosalina and Luma's moveset to a neutral and strategy game. So, let's get started. Hi, I'm wilksy15 and I'll be your Smash Ultimate Rosalina and Luma guide. So, in my previous Smash 4 guide of Rosalina, I'm going to separate the two as well as to show their moves together when in unison, to give you a better understanding when in situations when you do have Luma and when you don't have Luma, as well as being in desync mode. Also to save time, we will use the footage from Smash 4 to compare with Ultimate to see what got buffed and what got nerfed. So, let's get started. The strategy between the two takes a lot of synergy and imagination. Rosalina is a damage dealer and Luma is a stock taker and aerial denial bandit. Since Rosalina does more damage and less knockback on some of her attacks, where Luma does less damage but more knockback on his attacks. But wait, in Ultimate, for some strange reason, Rosalina has more knockback in her fair than Luma does, which is really strange, as Luma is supposed to be the knockback dealer, but we'll get to that later. In Smash 4, Rosalina can play a very passive yet defensive game, since Luma could easily travel and had a lot of jab and aerial confirms and can kill opponents on high percents with ease, especially when you're doing your 1-2-3 jab wall. But in Smash Ultimate, it's no longer the case. Playing too passive is really bad, since you and your opponent can rake up the damage very easily in a matter of seconds. Also, Luma has been hit by the nerf truck on his insane knockback and range, to the point where taking stocks requires timing and creativity, meaning doing a simple aerial to take a stock is not enough. So the strategy has changed tremendously. So what you want to do now is to learn how to control Luma while desynced, as well as to safely approach your opponent and put the pressure on their shields as much as possible with your attack cancels, ready to do a B&B multi-jab or S-smash poking through shields. Rosalina does have a really awesome neutral game, since you have an awesome toolkit of poking that grants you coverage and stage control than a lot of the cast. Also, her up air juggles are a pain, especially if you air dodge read them, as of course the more you air dodge, the less distance you travel and invincibility frames are reduced. Her attack cancels with Luma is what makes her shine the most, as it keeps your options open and makes you less predictable. If you run a stock lead, that's when it's the time to play really patient. If you have rage, you want to keep hold of that stock as much as possible, since killing is a lot harder without it. You might even get an early Smash 4 ladder KO if you're very lucky. The downside to Rosalina is she's a lightweight and very easy to hit due to her height. Luma can easily go into 3-4 hits done by mini attacks than in Smash 4, hence why Luma can be in Rosalina's shield for that very reason. Also, the skill cap with this character is a lot higher. As I said previously, doing a simple aerial, tilt or jab for a KO is not enough, hence why you have to learn kill confirms and 50-50 situations where you can get an early KO. Also, Rosalina's up B doesn't have a hitbox, so it's very easy to catch her out when she tries to recover. But if you demonstrate to your opponents that you are very creative with your Luma, then you'll be feared even more. The average kill percent that you're looking for between a duo is around 140 or over, on an average weight character with an aerial. However, there are kill confirms from around 110% if you can successfully pull them off, as they require muscle memory, strict timing, and catching the opponent's DI. But if you do, then it shows to your opponent you don't really have to rely on a smash attack read to do the job for you, which we'll go over later in the pros and cons. So in summary, your strategy is to be creative and link your attacks between the duo as much as possible. Aerial deny your opponent, especially when they are in the air. Use Luma attack cancels whenever possible to keep the game fresh and mixed, so your opponent will struggle on what to do next, as this leads to a major pressure game, which is what you want. So let's go over her pros and cons. So her pros are as follows. You have aerial coverage and denial, you have great attack range, you have easy juggle game, has the best toolkit when it comes to attack cancels. Also, when it's in the hands of someone who knows how different fighters work and is very creative, then they are lethal with this character. You can deny your opponent from grabbing you, as you know they will get punished if Luma is close. You have a dangerous ledge pressure game, and Rosalina is now a non-popular character. Her cons are, Luma is very easy to get rid of, especially when someone knows Rosalina well. When Luma is gone, Rosalina is very free to punish. Upgrade Recovery doesn't have a hitbox. It requires a very skillful player to use her. She is a lightweight character, meaning that she's very easy to KO. If you were a Rosalina main in Smash 4, you have to adjust and let things go. You need to do a lot of homework on different characters and their recovery, so it's a major time investment. Swordies, Electric Rats, Palutinas and Wolverines are really hard counter matchups, and right now there's too much of an infestation of them. And lastly, it does not have an easy stock taking mechanic. Now let's get to their movesets. But first, let's start with Rosalina's. Rosalina's 1-2-3 jab has no use at all. I never use it, so let's move on. Her multi-jab, however, is her bread and butter. It keeps opponents locked inside a lot longer than it did in Smash 4, but the damage has been reduced. But when used in unison with Luma, it can rake up some easy damage. The knockback on a wand is not a lot either. This move is a great stalling move, however, when you don't have Luma with you, as you can waste an average of 3 seconds when you perform it. Forward tilt is a really great move. It doesn't have a lot of knockback, but it is a good sweep. But with Luma it adds more range. The aim lag has been reduced as well, so it's a nice buff. Also, as you pivot F tilt, it makes Rosalina slide across the stage. Down tilt, again another great poking move. With Luma, however, it adds more range. Since Rosalina can travel when she's crouching, you can catch people out after their short hops. Up tilt is very much the same as it was in Smash 4, nothing changed at all. Really, it's used for up throws at low percent or if someone is on a platform. Dash attack did get nerfed a bit on knockback and doesn't kill people on very high percents, but to make matters worse, for some reason characters fall out after the first hit at high percents. It did get fixed in 2.0, but only by a margin, as it still happens, but it's very rare now. Right, we're not going to go over Rosalina's throws because they've been copied and pasted from Smash 4, so the same strats apply when using throws with Rosalina. Nair has been reworked into a wand arch attack. It's no longer the famous dolphin flip in Smash 4, but it does have its uses. It's more of a combo damage raker and pressure tool now. So you hit, you fast fall, and you perform another aerial follow up and so on. The range on its own is not great, but with Luma it gives more power and it's great get off me move when you're in shield, so it comes out really fast. A lot of people ask why I use raw Nair at times. Well, if you pay attention to where Rosalina waves her wand, you see why. The move starts when Rosalina has her wand behind her, then she spins forward to hit the player. So doing it backwards means the hit will come out a lot sooner. Also, you can, if timed perfectly, trick players into letting go of shield, thinking that the wand has hit their shield, leading to Rosalina being punished. But it turns out Luma hit the shield and Rosalina's hitbox is still active, leading to a punish towards the opponent. Rosalina using this move on her own is very risky, but if you learn how to mix it up, it's still a good confirm tool. I have to admit I don't like the move in itself, but hey, the developers changed it and we just have to work with it. On the plus side, it did get a buff in 2.0, so it's a lot more easier to land, and now the range has been increased as well as the duration of the move. There are some new confirms I've discovered, but we'll touch on them on another video. Rosalina's Fair got a major buff to the point it's now a kill move at around 130% near the ledge. It has a great range and the galaxy is a tiny disjoint. It has less landing like in the previous game, but you still have to be careful with it, as if you whiff or miss your opponent completely, you may still be punished for it. Rosalina's up air was one of the most feared attacks in Smash 4, but in this game the fear factor's gone, as a knockback has been reduced to the point where it only kills average weight characters at 150%, That's of course if the move is staled, so it's not much of a kill move anymore. It still has range and easy damage juggles if you keep catching your opponent out with it. Also, if your opponent has spent a lot of air dodges and still gets caught out since the new penalty mechanics are in this game, there's also a chance you can land a smash attack if Luma's waiting at the bottom, which can really help you out, or just a ladder KO in general. But if Luma and you are together, it does beat out a lot of strong aerials since it's a 2-hit and has a lot more knockback in the move. So it's still a good move for damage, but you just have to remind yourself that it's just no longer a practical kill option there. Rosalina's bear and Luma's bear is the same as it was in Smash 4 on damage and knockback. However, take a look at the distance Luma travels. Yeah, it's really shocking in this game, but in 2.0 it kinda got fixed as you can now do raw tech again. Yep, raw bear really helped with ledge pressure and raw nair helps with ladder confirms. I'm good with it for now as raw is one of my favourite techs as it helps an awful lot with this character. Luma landing bear still allows you to get free grabs at mid percent for extra damage, but unfortunately it doesn't work on high percents anymore. But that's fine as you want to get your opponent off the edge at high percent anyway. Oh, and one more thing, Luma's bear does not go underneath the stage anymore, so you can't get a 2-framer on anyone. Rosalina's dare is still pretty much the same as it was in Smash 4, still the soft meteor smash of death and used to keep your opponents grounded. It did get buffed as it does have less landing lag, but not that much. Rosalina's forward smash has not changed, it still has a small hitbox and it does hit hard, but of course when used together with Luma you have the damage, range and huge knockback window, killing your opponents about 80%. You can direct this move of course in 3 different angles like in Smash 4. The move itself hasn't changed in Rosalina's case, but for Luma the range has been nerfed. But in Smash 4 Luma travelled a lot further as he did the move, so it's no longer a move you can whiff out now and again. It still has the same properties being a 2-frame near the ledge, and of course since Luma has a lot more knockback in this move, the smash attack 2-framer is a lot more deadly. Rosalina's up smash, again nothing much has changed, but the knockback has been reduced. This move kills people around 110% without Luma back in Smash 4, but in Ultimate it doesn't. However, with Luma you have the range, the damage and the knockback, but for some strange reason Luma's knockback has been reduced as well. Luma's range has been buffed a bit. It still has the invincibility on Rosalina, but only above her shoulders of course, and this move still hits opponents behind her. Rosalina's down smash did get buffed, less startup, less end lag, but with Luma the move connects more easily when together. Luma did get more knockback on his down smash as well, making it a great quick smash attack near the ledge. Rosalina's neutral B, Luma Rocket, got nerfed hard in this game. The distance is just... where is the drift in this move? In Smash 4 you can launch Luma across the stage with ease, but again no longer the case. The knockback in this move is still the same, and fully charged of course it kills people on high percents, and to call Luma back you just press B again. Rosalina's side B star bits did get a massive buff in range, but a small nerf in damage. It's a buff overall as it keeps people away while you try to recover, as well as a good zoning tool against those pesky sword fighters. Rosalina's down B got really nerfed hard on its range for absorbing projectiles. Back in Smash 4 you could take projectiles and draw items from a few feet away. But in this game, the projectile has to be a few frames where Luma is floating near Rosalina. They did add a nice catch mechanic, so for example, Rob was to shoot a gyro, you did the move, the gyro will glide all the way to your hand then on the floor. Again, it's a huge nerf as the range was everything. Plus, catching in Smash Ultimate is a lot easier than it was in Smash 4. Rosalina's upbeat, nothing has been changed, it's just literally been copied and pasted. However though, back in Smash 4, Luma can only do fair and nair as you're about to descend down. But in this game, Luma can do any aerial at all as he wishes as you're about to descend back onto the stage. Right, it's now time to move on to Luma. Luma's 1-2-3 jab unfortunately got nerfed hard. It's no longer a kill option as it was from Smash 4. However, if Luma does his 1-2-3 jab while in desync mode, you can flick the opponent into your direction, leading to a follow-up. I have to agree with the nerf on this one, as just jabbing to kill is just too easy, especially when it comes to the final standoff, as you can just wait till your opponent screws up and then just get an easy kill for it. Oh, and you can't do the famous 1-2-3 aerial anymore. Luma's multi-jab is now a kill option at very high percents near the ledge. It's also one of the best ledge pressure tools in the game if used correctly, and if someone has an up B that doesn't have a hitbox, it will ruin their day so much, and if they're at high percents then it's the easiest stat take. Just beware however that Luma will start to drop to the blast zone below if you're not careful. But then again, it can drag people to their deaths or not recover at all in general, but I do love doing this as my stat takers. Also, if you perform a retribution desync, you can trap opponents inside to either get a free grab or for a free smash attack stat taker. Since Luma's multi-jab now traps people inside no matter what percent they are. Luma's dash attack is still the same from the previous game, no changes whatsoever. Luma's forward tilt has a little more knockback than the previous game. It still has the same range and a good poke if he's close to Rosalina. Luma's down tilt has more range than the previous game and from previous day 1 patch altogether. It's still one of the best poking and zoning moves in the game when used in an attack cancel. It's a 2-frame in the ledge and can still make a deadly push off if opponent's recovery is bad. It can lead to follow-ups when the pair is desynced for Rosalina to make the catch. Luma's up tilt got nerfed hard and it's no longer a kill move back in Smash 4. It was one of the best moves if your opponent grabbed you at a very high percent and Luma didn't get pummeled before the opponent makes the throw animation. Then Luma interrupted the character and your opponent just saw their character splattered across the screen. It did get buffed in 2.0, but again it doesn't kill people at around 130 anymore, and now it's around 170. It can be linked to your 1-2-3 jab, but having up tilt as the finishing move on some characters, but again up tilt is just plain bad right now. Luma's neutral air now sends people up instead of forwards. In this game, it's now a combo converter than a kill move. It can be used for kill follow-ups in certain situations and a great anti-air move when used with Rosalina. Overall, it's still a major nerf having one of your major ledge pressure kill options turned into a combo converter, as you got your B&B multi-jab and up air strings to do the damage for you. Luma's fair. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? This move was a menace in Smash 4, the stock sweeper and the up air string confirmer on high percents, but now it's not threatening at all. Also, the range has been reduced to the size of Rosalina's jab and Luma doesn't go through the stage floor anymore. You can do a confirm when you can Luma land fair to dash then forward smash upwards, but again it's still a major nerf in its own right, so another kill confirm now gone. Luma's up air again is just horrible. It used to be one of the core kill moves and juggles in Smash 4, but now it's just a juggle. It has more vertical reach than before, but again, being no longer a kill move is just heartbreaking. Luma Dare again has been nerfed hard. It takes a lot longer to come out and knockback has been reduced as well. It can still kill people at high percents near the ledge, but again it killed players a lot early. Also, if Rosalina was in max rage, oh boy, prepare to die at around 50% if you're off the ledge. I wish it could convert into my attack cancels so the nerf has turned into a rework, but since the startup takes longer, it's still a major nerf. So in conclusion, is Rosalina still a great character after all the nerfs, buffs and reworks? Well, to a tournament standard, unfortunately no. You see, in Ultimate, it's looking to be who can take the stocks the quickest. and if you don't have consistent kill power on your side, then you're not going to go very far, let alone being handicapped. It's a real shame, as Rosalina does have a very awesome toolkit, let alone awesome attack cancels with Luma, meaning not every KO is going to be the same, but compared to DDD, Pichu, Fox and Palutena, they have easy consistent kill confirms overall, where with Rosalina all of her kill power has just been sapped away. Also, to make matters worse, Luma is a lot more delicate than before, as nearly every attack the opponent does puts him in 3-4 hit stun and being launched off stage very easily. I do like playing Rosalina casually, but unfortunately when it comes to tournaments, she's just going to handicap me. Due to the infestation of Pichu, Palutena and Wolf, she's just not going to make the cut, and I'm not going to go very far with her. I am hoping and praying that in 3.0 will be the patch to make her tournament viable again. Someone in the lab must have either hated the character or just didn't know how to balance her out properly. I'm just confused on the fact that they either wanted to make Rosalina a lot more independent and can hold her own in battle, or force the player to learn how to control Luma. But Rosalina needs either more damage build up so Luma can make up for his major nerfed kill power, or give Luma more knockback on his aerials. If I was to buff Rosalina and Luma, I would give Rosalina's up air back from Smash 4, but only slightly nerfed so it doesn't kill people at ridiculous percent. But in Luma's case, I would give his fair back from Smash 4 because it's just a really good kill option and confirm option when people are on high percents. I'll make Luma's Nair have a bigger hitbox, so it's a lot easier to kill confirm with while inducing. I'll give Luma's up air knockback the same or equivalent to Palutena's up air, but for down air, I'll just make it come out a lot quicker, so it just confirms my attack cancels. The knockback is fine on it, because we don't want to go back to the Smash 4 era where we kill people at ridiculous percents like 50, but that's my opinion, so we just have to wait to see what 3.0 gives us in the future. A lot of players have said us Rosalina mains are complaining and not adjusting to the new game and character itself. That might be true, but you had to ask yourself how difficult it was to use the character back in Smash 4. You couldn't pick up Rosalina in a few days, let alone a week, as you had a lot on your plate to learn the character, let alone how to set up Luma in certain situations. So using a difficult character but have a high reward for it was very satisfying. But in this game, it's not really the case, as a lot of the cast don't require a heavy skill cap to use them, let alone having consistent kill power, and that's what's bothering us. Think of it like this. You and your opponent are running a 2km race, but before we begin, you have a ball and chain ankle restraint of restricted consistent kill power, so your mind is carrying that heavy burden all throughout the tournament. Do you think you can handle that weight and win? Right now, as I'm not travelling to tournaments this month, I'm trying to find a key to take off my consistent kill restraint with this character, as she's still one of my favourite characters to use, and I just love using puppet and zoning playing styles, but it's going to be another journey I have to take with her before next month as I start travelling again. Right then, that's it for this long-winded Rosalina Ultimate Guide. I do hope I've given you an idea why Rosalina is very hard to play, let alone what us Rosa mains are going through right now. I'll do another guide in 2 weeks time going over attack cancels and kill confirms with Rosalina. I do like to thank my fellow Rosa mains looking for more tech to share, and a arigato gozaimasu to the Japanese Rosalina mains as well for following me. If I have missed anything out or there's something you'd like to share, drop a comment for me and I'll take a look. Until next time, keep those Lumas shining bright.